Hello and welcome back to Through Imperial Eyes, our main show where we're talking about news, we're talking about life, we're talking about everything in between. I am your host, Braydon Leadbetter.
And I'm your co-host, Jackson Deline.
Jackson, how are you on this fine now Wednesday night?
It is a good day for me. It is the last day I have to do anything with my computer. I am currently downloading the Windows OS and to a flash drive, and then when we are done recording this, I will have a computer. I'm very, very, very excited.
Yes, for those who don't know, Jackson has been recording these episodes on his $20 gaming headset from Target.
It was $50. Actually, it was like $70, I think.
Oh, sorry, $70 gaming headset from Target.
Which has been nice. I like it.
Well, what have you been up to great. Star Wars wise, though? What's been going on?
Not a crazy amount with the new things. I will say that I have hung up most of my figures and series. I've got my lightsaber suspended. I need to hang. I have the base of it, but I need to hang the slave one that I have, and hopefully when that happens, all of my shots will have a slave one chilling in the back.
Very nice.
I've set up some of my black series, and then I gotta see if my figure stands came in so I can pose my Boba Fett black series, make him floating in the air with his jetpack.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it, actually. I don't think it's been crazy new. I wanted to ask you, do you want this Gonk droid?
Absolutely.
Okay. He doesn't stand on his own, but he's got a little lever that can
Oh my god, yeah, I want it.
Yeah,
you want it?
Okay. We'll call it a wedding gift.
Yeah, bring whenever that wedding will happen. But and speaking of, for people who didn't listen to the show on Monday, the Bad Batch, Jackson kind of spoiled a little bit, but I am now engaged. Sorry. I'll put in a little yay sound effect. Did your chair just snap?
I don't think so. No, it's okay. Oh, we're good.
Okay, you're okay? Everything good?
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, we're all
okay,
good.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah.
I am now engaged.
A half-married man. Moving on.
But I think Star Wars wise, so I did put it upon myself to get myself a little engagement present for myself. So as always, I hit up my local Target, went to the Funko Pop section, and lo and behold, I found an Ahsoka Funko.
Whoa!
Picked that up.
That's nice.
A couple days passed, and I went to Target again. Not for the purpose of finding toys, but every time I go to Target, I gotta check the toys. I just gotta check.
No, I'm the same. Yeah, you gotta look.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna check. And I ran into Stephen Berta, who was on the podcast for our Rogue One Imperial Cantina. I ran into him, and he was like, yeah, there isn't really a big selection of toys over in the aisle. I was like, oh, okay. Is there any Funkos or anything? He was like, yeah, there's actually two Reys over there. One with a yellow lightsaber and one with one with her kind of at the climax where she has the two blue lightsabers and she's like stopping the Force lightning.
Oh, she is. Oh, that's cool. Is she doing that pose with the? That's cool.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, and I sprinted and we raced over to the Funko Pops because I was like, I want the one with the yellow lightsaber, and I beat him to it by a millisecond. So I have Funko Rey with a yellow, her lightsaber and the yellow blade.
That's
really cool.
I've discovered that the Walmart and Cape is the one that sells all of the Queels, whereas the Target here sells all of the
Grief
Kargas. So I almost bought a Queel Black Series just for the hell of it and being like, yeah, I don't see him that often.
Yeah, I'll have to get that Gonk droid from you whenever we have that shoot.
I'll be in St. Louis Monday.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, if you want, I don't mind
just drop it in my mailbox. There we go.
Yeah, I'll give you a little Gonk.
But what else? Oh, this isn't really Star Wars related, but this is Lucasfilm related. I had the chance to see Raiders of the Lost Ark on the big screen.
Oh.
I went and saw that. I believe it was on Sunday for me and my now fiance's 7-year anniversary.
Wow.
So we went and saw Raiders of the Lost Ark on the big screen, and that is the way that movie is meant to be watched right there.
What was it like a special edition remastered or anything, or was it OG style?
I think it's just like the original. I'm not sure because well, like the day after we saw it, I saw that they're releasing the 4Ks of all of the Indiana Jones movies. So I'm wondering if that was like a 4K,
like a little promo thing.
Maybe, I don't know, but I think the reason they released it is because it's the 40th anniversary of Raiders this year. Wow. I think a couple days ago was the 40th anniversary.
I was just at Walmart buying these flash drives, and I passed a 40th Raiders Blu-ray case. And it's funny you say that because I did actually, like, for a minute, I was like, I don't think I actually own Raiders physically, and I was like, I don't necessarily need it right away, but I almost did buy it. That's funny you say that. I almost did buy that tonight.
But yeah, that's kind of been what my life / Star Wars / Lucasfilm adventures have been the past week.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Let's dive into these news stories. All of these heavy, long news stories.
Yeah, right. Yeah. A lot of TV stuff today, though. So let's start out. Star Wars Andor adds Chernobyl actor Robert Emms to cast Season 1 to wrap filming this summer. According to Deadline, Emms will have a supporting role in the series, although we don't know if he's been cast recently or if we're just learning about this. Did you ever watch Chernobyl?
I did. Great little limited
fantastic
series.
Yeah, absolutely. We also learned via at Bespin Bulletin on Instagram that Duncan Poe will be reprising his role as Ruth Scott Melshi from Rogue One. Andor is currently shooting in Scotland, where the crew has set up 2 sets in different locations, with filming set to wrap this summer. The show is aiming for a 2022 release. Emms is pretty young. I could see him either being just another rebel or maybe like a friend of Andor's. I did have a fun thought of what if he's like a rival? What if he's another spy that that's kind of the plot between it, is that Cassian has to like prove his worth against this other rebel spy.
That could be an interesting dynamic, actually. Yeah. Like they're on kind of like they're like on the same mission. They kind of have to like,
but they're like button heads on having to get it done. Yeah, it's like Peter Parker, Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3 kind of situation. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of it for that.
I think with all this Andor news we're getting in the different locations, this better be a really pretty show. I
agree. Yeah, it really should have its production value shot out of
because right now it says they're shooting in 2 different locations. So they're on location, which I'm surprised I think the reason they're shooting on location is because they have Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett using the volumes right now. I think they only have 3 right now.
Did you see Ari made one of their own?
Did they?
Yeah, they posted that the other day that they built their own, like, they called it the landscape room, and I was like, you stole that from Disney. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say that I don't really know what idea of what character Robert Emms would play.
Right.
He was good in Chernobyl, so I know he's a capable, young-looking actor. I think your idea of him maybe being like this kind of rival spy, or maybe he is some kind of antagonist.
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't. We have to, I guess, wait and see if he's going to be a big character or not.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he will be, only because he wasn't part of the main announcement.
That's very true. Yeah, he could just. Yeah, that's very true.
He might just be like, there might be like a one-off arc in 2 episodes with his character.
Some cameo character he plays where Cassian's going to help him. They're going to kill him off in the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Mandalorian Season 3, Pedro Pascal revealed that Mando Season 3 has not started filming, which we kind of guessed at this point. According to a conversation with Pedro Pascal and Ewan McGregor as part of the new season of Variety's Actors on Actors, filming for the 3rd season of Mando has not happened yet. And the latest unconfirmed rumor claims Season 3 will begin production later in the summer, perhaps even early September. So we're still a ways away from Mando Season 3. which I think is fine because, we got Star Wars Visions, which they still say it's coming out this year sometime.
Yeah, right. It's happening.
Yeah. Then we got, man, I got something in my throat. I apologize to everybody listening, and they just hear the whole time. Sound like a.
Wow, I love Star Wars languages. Which one is that?
Yeah, well, we'll have to write that one down.
We'll translate what you said later.
Yeah, go. You get your Morse code out. But I lost my train of thought. Oh, with we have Visions coming out, and then we have Book of Boba Fett. Supposed to be coming out early next year, I believe. Right, early 2021 or early 2022, I believe, is what they've said.
Oh, really? I thought it was. Didn't it say December 2021?
Or it could have been December. I just know it'll be either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So we got already two things coming out. Got Bad Batch won't be done until like August. So they've pretty much got the year covered for Star Wars releases.
Did you watch that Variety Actors on Actor?
I didn't watch the full thing. I've seen the clip outs.
I've seen clips of it, and yeah, it looks fun. I like that those things that they do. Just have them have a conversation.
Yeah, there's not really much revealed in their conversation at all.
No,
it's
really
a very casual conversation.
Yeah. Did you see the little clip of it where Ewan's talking about how he, as Obi-Wan, never had to act around stormtroopers?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I like knowing that. I mean, obviously there'll be stormtroopers in Kenobi, but like I like now knowing that there's.
I like that he's talking about it.
Yeah,
like it's something he's excited. Like it's kind of like, okay, it's confirmed that he's at least going to encounter a stormtrooper or look at a stormtrooper.
Yeah, no, it was fun, and I love just how both those were both two perfectly people who have really embraced the magic of Star Wars, especially Ewan joining back in. That little tidbit, Pedro Pascal, he like cuts him off and he's like, it does something to you, man, seeing that stuff in person. And you're like, yeah, I can only imagine. I love knowing that the actors as well are also like, yeah, like it takes your breath away,
Well, because you're so used to only seeing stormtroopers like on the screen or like in action figure form.
Right, yeah. And then
unless you go to Star Wars Celebration every year, you don't really see a stormtrooper that often. But I thought that whole from what I've seen from those actors on actors, it's just a fun watch to see just like two Star Wars actors, and they're also kind of compare like the production of each show and like their experiences. It's a fun. I saw a clip out. There's a fun little thing from that too. I think if you're interested and you haven't seen it, I think it'd be worth a watch. I still need to watch the full thing, but well, cool. What's going on with these action figures?
So this is fairly new news. I haven't seen crazy amount of it. I sent you some stuff on Twitter that I think I did all in bulk. But Black Series announced, I believe today, if not maybe yesterday, but I saw it all today.
It was this afternoon. Yeah.
Was it this afternoon? They are releasing new figures. Very cool. We love that. But they are all Rogue One themed. We get literally every single main character from Rogue One. We have the entire crew. It also included Galen Erso and
I did not see a Chirrut in that list.
In the first post, the Chirrut and the K2SO are in the thread. That's the second one.
Oh, there's no photo. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's underneath. That's right.
But I can't remember the pilot's name. It's the Blue Leader pilot that's also getting a Black Series.
Oh yeah, the guy from House of Cards. I always forget the character's name. It's Antok Merrick. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So we're getting a bunch of those, which is really cool. I will probably get a K2SO and Cassian one, maybe a Chirrut. I kind of want a Galen Erso one.
Yeah, I'd love a Galen Erso. I like it. I this is weird, but I like the box for his figure. It's like a teal.
Yeah. They all kind of have that teal one. Do we know if there's an Orson Krennic Black Series?
Yeah, I think there is. I think it was originally released around the movies marketing push and the whole
I find
action
that
figure
weird
Force Friday thing.
That there isn't a new Orson Krennic coming out, and B, haven't been more Rogue One Black Series.
I can almost be I'm almost positive that they did have like a Jyn Erso
I would
Black
expect maybe
series.
a Jyn Erso, but even then, like, give me a K2SO and the Cassian Andor. I'm surprised that we're just now getting those, you know?
Okay, so there is a Jyn Erso. Huh. That is weird. There's a Jyn Erso Black series, but it's like Sergeant Jyn Erso from Jeddah.
Oh.
It's like a weird, yeah, it looks like, again, so I have a, you know the Black series that were like in the slim boxes?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I have a Rey back here that is in the slim box. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah,
not really. She's like right here. So that's like the like 2018, 2019 design.
Oh, I gotcha.
But yeah, I think it is crazy that they haven't released these Black series, or maybe these are just new versions, like updated versions of the Black series.
Maybe. Oh well, I was seeing some stuff how like the Bodhi Rook is new, and obviously I would think like the Galen Erso and the
Antok Merrick and yeah.
But yeah, even like just fan favorites, Chirrut and K2SO and
I'm pretty sure K2SO had a Black series. I'm like 95% sure that K2SO had a Black series.
If anything, he does now.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he didn't then, he does now.
Yeah, right.
And all of them. So let's kind of move on from action figures here. So it looks like there was a interview with Taika Waititi published by the Sydney Morning Herald, and he briefly touched on his Star Wars project, which could very well be his next big project as he finishes Thor, Love, and Thunder. He says, quote, "I don't know if it's going to be Star Wars. I hope it'll be that, but there's a whole lot of other things I've got my sticky little fingers attached to, so we'll see." Basically, he's saying that it would be nice, but he literally does not know, because I think he's also in development for a lot of things. And of course, Disney has put out their release calendar, and if we are to believe that, the next movie after Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron in 2023 wouldn't be until Christmas 2025 at the very, very earliest, which seems way too far down the road for there to be any development on or any production on a movie anytime soon, because that's still 3 years out. It's still a little far out. So I think at this point it's probably still just sitting in development, and then I don't think they'll pick up on even pre-production until 2023.
Right.
So we're still a ways away.
I saw a tweet the other day that was talking about how they wanted Taika Waititi's Star Wars film to be about the people who discovered hyperspace travel and like the people who invented the hyperdrive.
Like a High Republic era.
It's so I was reading. I like went into the thread talking about it, and their like backup to it. Their like argument. I say argument, but their like accreditation to it was essentially, there's no like detailed story of how like the Star Wars universe got hyperdrives, but we know that they got them from the space whales from Rebels. Is essentially humans figured out how to harness that into a hyperdrive.
Right.
And I think that would be a really cool. I agree. I would love to see like it's all like pioneers and early Star Wars universe.
Taika Waititi.
Absolutely, it fits right into his, because it's dabbles into the High Republic, but it's still, you could play more of that like kind of primitive era Star Wars. And
did you just say devils into the High Republic?
Dabbles into the High Republic.
You said devils. I was like,
devils into the High Republic. You itchy.
No, yeah, I think Jackson has a dog behind him. No, I think that Taika Waititi's Star Wars film needs to feel like a Star Wars film we've never seen before, because he has that knack to want to go to comedy a lot, and we don't really see, like, we see some fun like jokes and stuff, and like, I don't know, Rebels and like the sequels have some good comedy, but we haven't gotten like a good like Thor Ragnarok-esque Star Wars film, you know, like something that you're actually cackling at. And I think that Taika Waititi will give us that.
And I kind of think that's going to be Lucasfilm's goal with the movies, is giving us more movies that are outside of the box, while all of the characters that we know and love will be more TV series and stuff.
And this just reminded me, talking about that, Rian Johnson's film still isn't out of the equation either. So who knows? He still has not said that it's out of development. It is still in development. So
yeah, it'll
could
be really
2034 before we ever see that. But
we'll be around. We'll be kicking it.
Yeah, we'll be kicking it. But I do like the idea of, I've always said this, I love the idea that we're getting kind of like this Star Wars buffet of, okay, if you like animated, there's a bunch of cool animated stuff coming. If you like if you like the movies, you got that. If you like the live action shows, you got that, and you get to pick and choose what you want, because you don't have to love everything. You don't have to like everything. Right. And that's why Star Wars is giving us all these different options to pull from. If you like a certain thing and you want to get into that more, you can do that. And I think that's what's great about all these, the wide variety of content
Star Wars
that is coming out.
Universe, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be great for people who, you know, aren't too positive about the sequel trilogy, or people who just aren't Mando fans or Clone Wars fans. There's going to be something for everybody, which I think is great. So,
well, cool.
What do we got last here?
So finally, this was pretty cool news. I was a little surprised to hear. I think it's funny how this news released. The Book of Boba Fett is going to be serving as the Mandalorian season 2.5. We've kind of known that it was going to be this filler gap. Yeah. But they have finished filming. They have wrapped filming. This was reported by Collider, but it was also confirmed by Ming-Na Wen, who plays Fennec Shand. She confirmed it in a interview feed that she did, and she talks about it. But Collider reports that the Book of Boba Fett has officially wrapped filming. The series is scheduled to debut this December exclusively on Disney+.
December.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has been filmed on the same stage as The Mandalorian using the volume, and the first season is said to be a sort of stopgap between the second and third seasons of The Mandalorian, even referred to as The Mandalorian Season 2.5 by Collider sources. Another reason potentially factoring into why The Mandalorian is on hold is because of Kenobi, and we talked about this about, the other volumes being used. A big thing I've noticed through a lot of these confirmations is that season .1 is done. Season 1 is done, leading to believe that there will be more seasons of the Book of Boba Fett.
I don't know yet. I think we need to see, because I've always been, I mean, if you've listened to this show before, you know that I've kind of speculated that I think Boba Fett might die at the end of Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, it depends on what they're doing, where they're going with the story.
If theories are right about how Mando season 3 will go, if it's going to be the war on Mandalore, or even whatever happens, I think that they'll want Boba for it. But I almost wonder if that means instead of the end of Book of Boba Fett, if Boba dies at the end of Mando season 3. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if, I guess it'll depend, but I wonder if we will even get Boba in Mando season 3 at all.
That'd be crazy. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, like, how weird would it be to see Boba on Mandalore?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, it's kind of where he belongs, but not really.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
No, I see, and I want more Boba Fett and Bo-Katan content. I want them to I feel like they'd become good friends. I want them to become good friends.
Yeah. And kind of speaking more into Mando season 3, I wouldn't mind, because with Book of Boba Fett, I think that is their opportunity to kind of stay away from the Big Mac of Star Wars, which is basically the Force, the Jedi, that kind of thing. I think that's their opportunity to not have to worry about that.
Right.
And kind of focus on this Star Wars underworld.
Gritty war action
Where with
thriller.
Mando, I think I think the main attraction for a lot of people with Mando is the fact that we get these Jedi and we get the Force and we get Grogu and we get all these things that kind of ties in the whole saga. And I think that Boba Fett will feel more like a kind of a spin-off of Mandalorian, which will be cool. It'll be cool to see that whole different side of the galaxy, which we're familiar with, but we'll be getting new stories. We'll be seeing like different parts of Tatooine we haven't seen before. Yeah, that kind of thing. So I think, exciting times here in Star Wars land.
It'll be cool. I saw a TikTok today that was it was a fan cam edit of Boba Fett only saying Tatooine when he says it to Mando, and that when you got it back from Cobb Vanth on Tatooine. Mm-hmm. It's just like it's just Tatooine. That's all it is.
Can you explain to me and any of our audience who doesn't know what the heck a fan cam is?
You know what? It's like they're like, hold on. Oh, there's my phone. I can't do that. They're like the dumb like fan edits of things, and they usually have like music over them, and the actual like meme ones are the ones where it's got like all like the heart like filters around it, and it's just like characters of what it doesn't have to be Star Wars, but they're fan cams. They're just fan edits of things, but they've kind of turned into this like you can make them meme-y. I mean, like hell, I saw one about Boba Fett saying Tatooine, so it was just this edit of him like it belongs to me, and that was all it was.
Can we talk about how awesome Tamir Morrison's accent saying Cobb Vanth on Tatooine?
Yeah, you got it back from Cobb Vanth on Tatooine. It belongs to me.
Because I feel like his accent has kind of evolved since 2002.
Yeah.
Like it's a little more British sounding than it used to be, because it's obviously New Zealand, but it has like a little bit of a British elegance to it.
I wonder what actor choices Tem made to strictly differentiate Jango and Boba, because
true.
While Tem has done Boba work before, being he does all the Battlefront 2 stuff, and
he did the ADR for the special editions.
So it's not like this is out of the reach of a character. So I almost wonder if he looked at like age of like how Jango spoke at his age, and then kind of turned it into and made it more of how Boba spoke at his age, and then aged that speaking. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm also wondering if he took young Daniel Logan's performance into account at all.
That's a good point too. Yeah, he probably did, for sure.
I wonder if he like took any kind of nuance from Daniel Logan.
I saw a clip the other day. It was a clip from Frenemies, the podcast with Ethan Klein, H3H3, and Trisha Paytas, and they show up.
Speaking of, there's a lot of drama going on with that one.
We watched all that too. Yeah, the clip was that Ethan shows a picture of.
I saw this.
Taylor
I saw
Lautner
this. Yeah.
from Shark Boy and Lava, and she goes, "Oh, Daniel Logan, is that Boba Fett?" And he goes, "Yeah."
I think the funny part is the fact that she knew his name was Daniel Logan.
Yeah, well, she was like, "I met him." She was like, "Oh yeah, I met him. He was like we met at a con one time and whatever." But I think that's so funny that she read it. She's like, "Oh, that's Daniel Logan." Like, no.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Maybe we should have a big argument so we can have some publicity.
Yeah, you want me just to dip out of the show real quick and then...
Yeah, you don't get 5% of the merch sales.
I thought it was different. I thought we built it together.
We've gotten paid 0 cents for this podcast.
That's not true. We've gotten paid like $2, but...
Listen here, we're actually about to make our like $4 we're going to make from Anchor. Going up here, but
swimming in it.
This is why we like you guys' support and all of the follows and ratings. You guys pay our mortgage. Thank you.
You're paying for Braydon's wedding.
Yeah, you're paying for my college, my student loans, all that. Okay. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for listening this week. A little bit of a lighter news week, which is fine. We've been having a couple of those recently. But if you would like to find us on the social medias, as always, you can find us on Instagram at Through Imperial Eyes Pod, on Twitter at Imperial Eyes Pod, and on YouTube, just search up Through Imperial Eyes Podcast. We'll pop up there, and you can hit the subscribe button. You can watch all our videos. We have a video version of the Bad Batch on our YouTube if you want to see our faces. Jackson, where can they find you on the interwebs?
You can find me right behind you. I will be kind and calm. Anyway, no, you can find me on Twitter at QuacksonScaling. That's QUACKSON. And then scaling like the triangle. I always forget there's an underscore in my Twitter or not. I don't think there is. Anyway, you can find my photography Instagram, which I will be very soon start posting on again, at Daleen_photography. That's DALEEN and then underscore photography. Braydon, what about you?
Just to confirm, Jackson does not have an underscore on Twitter.
See, I knew it.
Yeah. But as always, you can find me on Instagram at braydonleadbetter and on Twitter at Braydon. And as always, please do not be shy.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Please leave that review and rating on Apple Podcasts. Really helps out the show and helps us get our numbers up, and it floods the show out to some more people in case they're interested. And if you don't have Apple Podcasts,
for Braydon's wedding.
Yeah, and if you don't have an Apple Podcast and you're like picketing against Steve Jobs, you can always follow us on Spotify or Overcast or Anchor or whatever you like to use. We're on basically everything, Google Podcasts, anything like that. Again, really, really helps us out if you subscribe, follow, all of that kind of thing. And as always, on Friday, hopefully it'll be on Friday this time, we'll be talking about the Bad Batch for the Batch Report. We've got episode 7 coming up here. We'll be talking about that and all the goodies. Sorry we had a shorter episode of the Batch Report last time. We kind of had to rush through that, which is fine. We still got the episode out.
Important.
Talked about the important stuff, which is all that matters. So, yeah, if Jackson doesn't have anything else.
No, I'm on.
Okay, well, until we catch you next week or on Friday for the Batch Report, may the Force be with you.